All right, let's get a little extra practice with generic rectangles. Uh, Here we go. These these first three, these aren't generic rectangles, but this is just good product, good practice to do the area as a product and as a sum. In these little boxes here, this is an x square tile. These longer ones are x tiles. I'm basing this on the area of the tiles. So when I put in the dimensions of the length and the width, this is like x by x. The length of this piece right here is 1. The height is x. Does that make sense? X times 1 is x. And then the heights of these pieces are 1, 1, and 1. Okay, not x, x, x. The x is on top here, but I only want to put it here. So then if I look at the length of this, it's x plus 1. The length of that is x plus 3. So as a product, I'm going to multiply length times width. So that's supposed to be a 1. It's pathetic. So here we go. X plus 1, x plus 3. There we go. That's the product. And that's the area, length times width. Maybe I'll label that. And then I'm going to say the sum, so I'm going to say equals the sum. You ever hear the phrase the sum of its part? Like the whole thing is the same as the sum of its parts. So just add up all the parts on the inside. Don't forget these little unit tiles in here. So we have an x square tile. We have 4 x tiles. So 4 x's plus 3 unit tiles. And I'm making it equal to each other because they're equal. Length times width is the same as the stuff on the inside. And this is the equivalency statement. Okay, and this is the sum. So on a test or something, we'd probably there's our equivalency statement that I'm looking for. Okay, number 2. In fact, go ahead and try number 2 and pause it and make sure you understand this. But this is an x square tile. This is an x square tile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. So before I even get started, I'm going to go ahead and just do the sum. We have 2x squares. 2x square tiles. 2, 4, 5 5x tiles. And then 2 unit tiles. That's equal to some product that I didn't even figure out yet. Alright. Let's use Christmas colors here. The length of these pieces here, x, x, 1, x, and then this is 2. Right? These two together. There's 2. And the book usually puts a little plus 2 in front of that because you have this little statement. Take x plus 2. I did the height first here, which is fine. And then the bottom piece, x plus 1, because I'm looking for the length of this. I don't multiply. X plus x is 2x, not x squared. Be careful. That's it. Here's my equivalency statement, because I have the equals in between the two. And number 3, for the product, I have x, x, and then 3. I was going to say 4. I have an x, and I have a 2. So my product is 2x plus 3 on the bottom. Doesn't matter if you do the bottom first or the left side. And an x plus 2 for the left side. And then for the sum of the parts, I have 2x squared tiles right there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x tiles. And then I have these 6 unit tiles. In other words, and you guys already know this, but if I did this multiplying, this times this times this, times that, this times that, this times that, I combine all my stuff, I'm going to get this as an answer. It physically makes this rectangle. All right, now into the generic rectangles specifically. Generic rectangles takes all these little lines in here and groups them together. Like if I separate this, so we can do that better. There we go. That and that. It kind of separates. These are the x square tiles. These are the x tiles. This is an x tile, and this is like the unit tiles. So it breaks into 4 parts. So it's a rectangle right here with a line going down the middle somewhere, a line going that way. That's all this is. Rectangle, line, line. Rectangle, line. I know this one doesn't have one going this way. You might think it's harder, but it's actually easier. And this is the same thing. So those are the 3 generic rectangle problems we'll do. For the first one, they already gave us all the information we need. So the product is x plus 3. times x minus 5. And the sum is the sum of its parts. X squared plus negative 2x. I forgot to mention, make sure you combine like terms. Those two have the same units, both x's, so group them together. And then plus negative 15 or minus 15. That's it. This is the sum. The product has the parentheses. Product parentheses. That might help you memorize. And 5. Well, this one they didn't give us the inside stuff, so let's just multiply. 6 times 3y is 18y. 6 times negative 2 x's. So there we go. Now write the product and the sum for the area. So I'm going to put 6 first, and then the 3y minus 2x. Length times width here. Okay. It doesn't matter if you put the 6 on the outside over here, but we usually put a single thing without the set of parentheses out front. Equals the sum of the parts, just simply 18y minus 12x. Don't try to group those. Don't make it a 6xy or something. Because these are units, just like those x tiles. And then like that might be an x tile, and a y tile might look like this. Well, you can't group them together. They make them xy's. Xy's actually look like these rectangles, right? Remember that from our tiles. There's like a length of y and a length of x. It's an xy tile. So nothing to do with each other. And the last one. Now we need to figure out what's going on in this picture here. Because they didn't give us this piece over here, or these 3 pieces. Well, this x gives it away. There's the x that comes from the bottom, so the 3 and the y must come from the left side. So kind of working backwards, I guess. Once we have that information, we can fill in everything. So we have negative 2 and x, so negative 2x. 3y for like the height here, and 4 for the base from down here. That's 12y. And this piece right here is negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. The product then, x plus 4, and 3y minus 2. And then the sum is the sum of the parts. Now in here, doesn't matter what order you're going. I'm just going to start with the x's, because it's alphabetically first. Then maybe the y is next, even though I'd probably go to the 3xy. 12y plus 3xy minus 8 or plus negative 8. And again, a reminder, this is the product, this is the sum. Put equals in between if I ask for an equivalency statement. That should be about it. Good luck.